Welcome to the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio. We've got a fast-paced hour of fishing, hunting, and conservation covering the nation and the Northwest, including 13 extra minutes of local content you'll only hear on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
Happy Saturday morning. Welcome to your weekend. We've got some great local coverage of the outdoor scene. We'll start off at the bottom of the hour talking to Tom Burlingame. He is the owner of XL Fishing Charters out of Nia Bay, and he's going to tell you about the winter Seiku salmon season and the generous limits of 2 hatchery Chinook per day waiting for you just over a month from now. Trey Carskadon is back as well. He's with O'Loughlin Trade Shows. He'll be previewing the Tacoma RV Show coming up January 17th through the 20th at the Tacoma Dome. You won't want to miss his preview at the very end of the show. But first, as we always do, it's time to tell you what's hot right here in the Pacific Northwest. Brought to you by your Puget Sound area Sportsman's Warehouse stores in Everett, Federal Way, Silverdale, and Puyallup. And if you haven't already, check out the new website for Sportsman's Warehouse. You'll find it at sportsmans.com. That's sportsmans.com. I think you're going to like what you find there. We'll start off near Tillamook, Oregon, where the steelhead fishing isn't red hot on the Wilson or Nestucca, but it is picking up. A better bet, if the weather cooperates, would be a bottom fishing trip off of the North Coast or in Tillamook Bay. Bob Rees with the Guides Forecast says that fishing should be excellent. In the Columbia River Gorge, fishing was too good for sturgeon. A catch and keep season opened up on the 1st, but fisheries managers had to close it down on the 6th because anglers were already knocking on the door of the 135 fish harvest quota allowed for this winter opportunity. Our weekly check-in with NorthwestFisheryReports.com found there were quite a few folks fishing Lake Sammamish last week, and they were doing pretty good. The owner of Elgin Fishing God's 2 Spoons went out with his nephew and caught 8 cutthroat and a fin-clipped coho. Another poster, Bonito Fish, was targeting those coho specifically and caught a limit using a Max Lure Smile Blade and a couple of beads and a hook behind a dodger in the top 20 feet of the water column. Finally, poster Fishheads 290 and his buddy picked up limits of kokanee and coho in 2 hours fishing on New Year's Day. Bottom line, it sounds like Lake Sammamish is off to a hot start this January. Heading east to the Columbia Basin, Pete Fisher at Mardon Resort says the goose hunting is excellent and there are lots of mallards around, but there is so much open water. The birds are not that easy to pattern. Having said that, several limits of ducks came in from Winchester and Frenchman's Wasteway last week. As for the fishing, try off of Perch Point and Medicare Beach at Potholes Reservoir, drop a line down to the 20 to 30 foot range, and you just might reel up a trout, a walleye, or crappie. They've all been caught there. If you want more info or need a place to stay, look no further than MardonResort.com. We've also got a reminder from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife that Puget Sound winter crab catch reports are due by February 1st. If you purchased a license for winter crabbing, even if you didn't go, you have to report. It's easy to do online at the WDFW website. By the way, if you don't, you'll see an extra $10 tacked onto your license fee the next time you renew for crabbing. And finally, the Washington Sportsman Show is coming up at the fairgrounds in Puyallup. We'll be there exhibiting from the 23rd through the 27th and hope you'll drop by our booth to chat and sign up for a chance to win a $100 gift certificate from Max Lure Company. And with that, you are now in the know about what's hot here in the Pacific Northwest.
That's your first local shot of the outdoors. Now let's see what's going on across the nation.
NorthwestFishingReports.com is the Northwest's largest fishing reports website, featuring well over 50,000 fishing reports, videos, articles, and more. All 100% free. Catch more fish with Northwest Fishing Reports. Log on today.
Are you looking to reel in the marketing opportunity of a lifetime? America Outdoors Radio has sponsorships available, and we offer affordable platforms to reach thousands of listeners. Find out more by contacting John Cruz through his website at AmericaOutdoorsRadio.com.
Ready for more local fishing and hunting? You got it. It's the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.
For your next local shot of the outdoors, we're checking in with our old friend, Tom Burlingame. He is the owner of XL Fishing Charters out of Nia Bay, and he is going to be taking folks fishing for a special blackmouth season out of Seiku starting February 16th, running through the end of April. Tom, tell our listeners more about this.
Yeah, we're going to start fishing blackmouth in Seiku on the 16th of February, the full month earlier than last year, and we're excited about that extra time on the water, John.
Well, I'm excited about the generous 2-fish limit. You get to take home 2 hatchery Chinook, and I don't think there's anywhere else in the Sound where you can do this.
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive that there isn't another spot, but 2 fish is really important to us. It's kind of a trek to get up to where we are, and that kind of makes it worth the drive.
So here's the next question. What are your chances during the season of getting those 2 hatchery Chinook? Give or take, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but what's the forecast looking like for this year?
The best thing I can say is if there's bait around, you're going to have a very good chance of catching those 2 fish. Last year, limits were not unusual. They were, I would say 3 out of 5 trips we limited. We never sent anybody home without a fish. And so our success rate last year was really good. Now, that being said, every year is different and the bait situation is different, but things are looking healthy up there, and I think we'll have good success.
All right, last question. Do you have openings in the month of February for this special Seiku blackmouth season?
You bet, John. We've got plenty of dates available. We've even got weekends dates available through February and March.
Well, all right. You'll want to hop on this, folks, and the website to do so is xcelfishingcharters.com. Let me spell that. It's EXCEL fishingcharters.com. We're going to be checking in with Tom for several weeks during the next couple of months to get updates on this fishery. Can't wait to share it with you. Tom, always a pleasure to have you on America Outdoors Radio.
Thank you, John. Appreciate being here.
If you fly fish or would like to learn how, be at the Linwood Fly Fishing Show, February 16th and 17th in the Linwood Convention Center. Hourly seminars, casting with Gary Borger, Brian O'Keefe, and Phil Rowley. Fabulous fly tires, exotic destinations, and new tackle from all the manufacturers. It's all going to be there for you at the Linwood Fly Fishing Show. Find out online at flyfishingshow.com. See you at the Linwood Fly Fishing Show, February 16th and 17th.
Don't leave yet. We've got one more local shot of fishing and hunting to wrap up the Pacific Northwest edition of America Outdoors Radio.
Guess who's back? It's Trey Carskadon, and he is with O'Loughlin Trade Shows. They are putting on the Tacoma RV Show Thursday, January 17th through Sunday, January 20th. Trey, welcome back. You told us about boats last week. Let's talk about RVs this week at the Tacoma Dome.
Well, thanks so much, John. Again, appreciate you reaching out to us and giving us a couple of minutes to talk about the show. This Tacoma RV Show, it's the early show for RVs, and it's in the Tacoma Dome, of course. And the Tacoma Dome's been newly renovated, and literally every square foot of space in that dome, as well as the adjacent hall, is filled with RVs. So virtually every style of RV is represented: Class A, B, and C motorhomes, toy haulers, campers, certainly trailers of all sizes, from the minis and the teardrops up through the big, even fifth wheels with slide outs. I mean, it's literally all here. And so for folks that are actively in the market shopping, or they're thinking about it, this is a great place to be, just to see all that's available and then compare them. Pretty unique opportunity. We also have Boeing Employee Credit Union, BECU, that's on site and providing financing with special show-only rates. Again, this is the first show of the year, so we have all new inventory, and that's been the key the last couple of years, is getting in early while there's still best selection. As you get later into the season, the inventory gets picked through. Manufacturers have had a tough time keeping up with demand. It's been a red-hot market for RVs.
Trey, give or take, how many RVs are going to be here?
That's a great question. It's several hundred. So, I'm going to say on the low end, 250, and on the high end, maybe close to 400. So somewhere in that range, inside and outside. We've done some counts, and I think that 300 to 350 is a pretty reliable number. So quite a few. And like I say, that Tacoma Dome, there is not 1 square inch of that floor and that adjacent hall that that doesn't have an RV in it. I mean, it's packed.
Well, folks, that is a whole bunch of RVs. And if you were in the market, you're not going to want to miss this event. It's the Tacoma RV Show at the Tacoma Dome, Thursday, January 17th through Sunday, January 20th. Don't miss it if you're looking for an RV for 2019. Thanks, Trey.
Thanks so much, John.
That's all for this week, but don't worry. We'll do it all again next Saturday morning from 7 to 8, right here on Seattle's Sports Radio 950 KJR.